So apparently a second season for Peacemaker is coming out. Peacemaker starring John Cena. Now, I was honestly not sure what was going on with the Peacemaker storyline because it was the first Peacemaker came out, I think, during the previous DC extended universe, Zack Snyder's DCU, and now the second season's apparently gonna be a part of the new DCU, James Gunn. So I'm a little confused on how these two Peacemaker, how Peacemaker's gonna be in both of them. And now, so anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But in the trailer, we basically see that Peacemaker's going to an alternate reality or universe where his life is completely different. So basically, this is another multiverse thing again. And honestly, it's starting to get really exhausting. I mean, we've been seeing the multiverse for a long time now for Marvel, and now if DC is starting to do this thing too, it's getting really boring. And honestly, I really liked the first season of Peacemaker. It felt a little original, I guess. Felt different. But if season 2 is just gonna be about the multiverse, about different versions of themselves, that's gonna be boring. And I'm not sure what's the point of that. I mean, Peacemaker is a fun series, and it should be based on stuff that Peacemaker does. Now, I don't know what the character actually does in the comics or anything, but I'm sure he does some stuff, and maybe we could focus on that rather than just making it into a multiverse thing. I mean, that seems like the easy way out these days for comic book movies, just to bring them into a multiverse or bring them into a universe that previous characters existed from previous universes and try to make a movie out of it. I mean, yes, in some cases that does work, but most of the time it doesn't really hit that well. I mean, Marvel did do a couple of good ones with Deadpool and Wolverine and Spider-Man No Way Home. But for most of the other multiverse stuff we've seen, it's been boring and not really all that interesting. And I really hope DC doesn't fall into that route this quickly. And I'm saying that because the fact that Peacemaker's showing a multiverse thing this early on, and the fact that it's in the DCU means that there's a good possibility they're going to jump into the multiverse thing really early. Because otherwise, what's the point of showing it? I mean, if it's not connected to anything, or they could just do this and ignore it, and which kind of makes the whole thing pointless. I mean, if there's an alternate universe out there in the DC universe, you're probably gonna end up wanting to go there to solve some problems at some point. If something gets destroyed in this universe, go find it in that universe, like the Infinity Stones. If someone dies in this universe, and go find the alternate version of them to come to this universe and fight for some reason. And it leaves a lot of open possibilities, unfortunately, for the DCU. And I really wish they didn't do this. But it seems like that's probably what's gonna happen, and it's happening in the Peacemaker series. Now, I honestly wasn't expecting that at all. Peacemaker didn't really seem like that too overly a serious concept, the Peacemaker character and the series. But using it to open the multiverse feels like a big mistake to me. I mean, DC's already seeing what Marvel's been trying to do with it. I mean, the entire saga is called the Multiverse Saga for Marvel right now, and it's a disaster right now. It's a lot of misses, a lot of huge misses. And I think DC should just focus on the original Marvel strategy if they want to, of just bringing up new characters, bring them together, and not focus on the multiverse stuff. Even though they do have a lot of multiverse characters available to use, especially recent ones. So yeah, this is concerning, but hopefully they don't go into it. But then again, they can't just leave it open because they're gonna know about it, and it's a bit of a problem. It's honestly a bit of a problem. And it is what it is, I guess. Let's see what happens. Or maybe, who knows, at the end of the new Peacemaker series, James Gunn decides that Peacemaker is no longer part of the DCU. But, oh yeah, there is a one other problem for that. We saw Peacemaker and Superman just for a brief instance, but he was there doing an interview. So you can't just cut him out either, and it's a huge problem. And I don't know how they're gonna solve this, especially since in the first Peacemaker season, we saw the DCEU's Flash and Aquaman. So how are they gonna explain that? Is the Peacemaker from the other universe gonna come to this universe? Or is the Peacemaker in this universe going to another universe actually the DCEU? A whole lot of complications. So yeah, let's wait and see. The new season is gonna be coming out soon, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I like the first season, and let's see how it goes.